Hello and welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution 2, where today we'll be starting a brand new park build series on the channel where I build Jurassic Park 2023. Now, a little history to this park. I have done Jurassic Park 2022, but I decided it was about time I put my new building skills to the test and try and redo what was probably my best park in the past. Is definitely not my best now, but Jurassic Park 2023 is so far and will be my best park. And now I know I say that a lot. I know at the start of pretty much every build series I go, oh, this is gonna be the best park I've ever built, put a lot of detail in, and usually, they have been getting better, but I wouldn't say they're like super high quality, it's not like what they could be. I'm not reaching my full potential, but so far with this park, I feel like it's gonna be an amazing one. This was 4 hours worth of building that you're seeing here, and I managed to cut it down into what is about 12 minutes plus the little the little showcasing shots I give off at the end. But this took ages. It just goes to show how much detail I'm putting in, how much thought is being put in, and I've not really had a creative block when it comes to this park because, I don't know, the ideas have just been really free-flowing and it's turned out really well. Usually when that happens, when there's like no planning at all, and there's been some planning in this one, but usually if there's no planning at all, it I'll get stuck for a while just looking, going, I don't know what I want to do. Or I'll be like, oh, this is just not really what I wanted. It doesn't look all that great. But once I had settled on an entrance idea, it just flowed really nicely. And it's just turned out great. Absolutely amazing. So, a bit of lore to this park, as I would in the last one, is kind of, you can decide for yourself really, but a couple of options are, the first one being the events of Jurassic Park in the movie didn't occur, and they ran a successful park up until now, and this is what they've expanded to. I don't really like that idea because, it means I kind of have to copy. Like, it's weird that I haven't copied the design of Jurassic Park and then improved on it. This is more just like a Jurassic Park themed dinosaur park, if you know what I mean. It's not really taking that original layout with the big tour going through. This is like an updated version with my enclosures that you can go up to viewing galleries with, as well as tours, much shorter tours. So yeah, it's not really like the original Jurassic Park, and I doubt they would. I mean, maybe they would. I doubt they would like tear down their whole foundation and start again. So the idea I like more is a return to Jurassic Park style situation where we have John Hammond and, Dr. Grant, Dr. Sattler, Dr. Malcolm, all coming back to oversee the construction of a new Jurassic Park. So this would follow on the events after Jurassic Park. You could maybe decide whether it's before or after Jurassic World, not Jurassic World, The Lost World, not Jurassic World, very different movies. Jurassic World's not even happening in this universe. This is just Jurassic Park, baby. You could say they're before the events of The Lost World or after, it doesn't really matter. I'd say after would be better because then they've got more of an idea about Site B and getting that up and running so that they can start building a park again on Nublar. But even though we have a little, dinosaur production facility here that I didn't build in this video, I just built that off camera because, it's not really an exciting thing. I tried making it look a bit nice, but then I realized I'd just be wasting a lot of space, so I've got a very simple design for that. Now that I've given you the background of the park and kind of what is going on, I'll go a bit more in detail about what dinosaurs we have, what enclosures we have in a minute. But what I want from this series is to not be just me flapping my gums about what's going on in the park for, however long it is. In this case, 12 minutes. In a different video that may be 20 minutes. I actually want to have a topic to talk about, obviously related to Jurassic Park or the Jurassic World franchise or the game itself. Something that I can actually talk about, give maybe my thoughts on, theories about, anything, and I'll come up with that before I start recording. I'll still do the usual, so at the start I'll give the introduction as to what's going on in this video, or in said video that's being recorded anyway, kind of like I used to do, but instead of it being throughout the whole video, it's just a short little section at the start, so then I can move on to whatever I'm going to talk about, just so it's a little more entertaining for you, and then I'm not just doing what I'm doing now pretty much and just talking out my ass. But before we get into what I want to talk about today, I will tell you what enclosures we have built. So our first enclosure that we have is what I've done first in the park. Before I did the guest entrance, everything, I wanted to kind of replicate what I had in the original Jurassic Park 2022, and that is a kind of where the waterfall is, have that enclosure be there, and then have a tour run up a little hill so that you can overlook both the enclosure and you get that nice view of the waterfall. And I try to get as many of the trees out the way as I could so you have an unobstructed view. And I'm really happy with how that turned out. It looks really great. The enclosure looks good. I used not all the same species, but similar species. I think I have Amargasaurus, Styracosaurus, and Gallimimus. I used to have Gallimimus and Amargasaurus, but instead of Styracosaurus, I had Huangosaurus. So obviously, if you wanted to go watch the original Jurassic Park 2022 build, that is still on my channel. You can go back and check that out, but that's obviously something you need to do after this video. So next up, we have a guest entrance with the Jurassic Park gate. Obviously that guest area will probably be expanded out a bit more. I'm not too sure, because we kind of have on this upper section here, we have another guest area that's quite big. It overlooks a Metriacanthosaurus enclosure, which is on that lower ground level. So yeah, on that kind of base level, the same level that the entrance is at, is we have a Metriacanthosaurus enclosure. But on the upper level, we just have, like I said, a guest area, a nice big guest area, as well as some hotels, a viewing tower that looks down into the Metriacanthosaurus enclosure, as well as a aviary which houses Sierradactylus, and a small little compy enclosure by the hotels. And like I said at the start, this is just turning out great. The layout looks good. All the enclosures are pretty. The guest areas look well thought out. They don't look like I've just placed them there. It's like they're there for a reason, which is good, I'd say. But yeah, I've already talked this long. It's crazy. I'm probably not going to get a chance to talk about what I wanted to talk about in this video, so I guess that can be next one. But what I did want to talk about is the upcoming DLC. Obviously, we haven't heard news about that, but maybe it's a good thing I don't talk about that, because knowing my luck, if I'm talked about it now, theorizing, they'd probably release the trailer on the day that this video comes out. But I am predicting, using my big brain, I'm going to predict that it's going to be something like a late Jurassic or early Jurassic or mid-Jurassic pack or something. That would be my prediction. What I'd like is maybe a Permian pack, or a Triassic pack even, because we don't have a lot of Triassic dinosaurs, and more Permian animals would be great. But my money is on a Jurassic era DLC. So yeah, like I said, whether that be mid-Jurassic or late Jurassic or early Jurassic, we don't know. Obviously there are some fan favorite dinosaurs that are in there. I can't remember them off the top of my head. I had made a bit of a list, but I'm pretty sure, is Dinochirus in a part of the Jurassic period? I'm not sure. Maybe. No, I I can't remember, I'm useless, but like I was trying to do some research to see what possible dinosaurs could be in there based on things that fans want. I did find a couple of dinosaurs, but when it came to flying reptiles and marine reptiles, because what they usually do with the packs is 2 dinosaurs, 1 herbivore, 1 carnivore, and a flying reptile and marine reptile. So that's obviously what I wanted to do for my prediction. I had a carnivore, a herbivore, and then I was like, okay, now we need a flying reptile and a marine reptile. I didn't do a lot with the marine reptiles, but I did kind of look for flying reptiles. I don't have a lot of knowledge of when their era was, so I was looking at things like Nyctosaurus, which obviously is in the Cretaceous because was in the David Attenborough dinosaur documentary, and that was all about kind of towards the end of the dinosaurs in the late Cretaceous there. But so yeah, obviously it wasn't going to be some sort of Nyctosaurid. And then I thought Hatzegopteryx, but then again that was also in the David Attenborough documentary and, you know, not part of the Jurassic period. So yeah, I'd be interested to see what flying reptiles and marine reptiles would be added. Again, I do have the carnivore and herbivore, but I can't remember which ones I had actually picked out for that. So yeah, I guess it will be a surprise to all of us. If we don't get an announcement or a teaser this week, then I'd say definitely next week. But that's going to do it for this video. We're coming to an end here. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. I'm looking forward to the rest of this park build. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!